I want you to imagine a nightclub. Stay with me. I know, but stay with me. This nightclub has 3 bouncers on the door and their names are Shane, Terry and Martin. Between them, they decide what information actually gets into your brain and what most revision strategies spend all night trying to impress Shane, who is, frankly, the easy one. The problem is Shane's door doesn't lead anywhere particularly useful. What you actually want, what changes everything, is getting past Martin. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do that. You'll also never forget Shane, Terry, or Martin, and I'll see if I can show you that at the end. So here's the bouncers. Shane is the very first door, the sensory register. Everything you've ever heard, smelled, tasted in your entire life has gone past Shane. He's not fussy, he waves everyone through. But here's the catch, Shane only lets you stay for about half a second and then you're gone. That's why you can look at something, look away, and it's already vanished. That's not you being forgetful, that's just Shane's door. To get past Shane and reach the next one, you have to pay actual focused attention. Shane can tell the difference if you're on your phone or not. Terry is behind Shane's door. He runs the short-term memory bit. He's a bit more serious. He holds on for information for about 15 seconds to a couple of minutes. But he's got 2 problems. First, it can only hold about 7 things. 6, 7. This is actually why phone numbers are 7 digits long. And any more gets Terry forgetting what's going on, or you have to overwrite it with new bits. So rereading the same notes over and over just keeps you stuck in Terry's room. Terry nods along, he looks like he's listening, and tomorrow morning he's forgotten everything. Martin is the one you actually want. Martin runs long-term memory, and Martin's room is enormous, unlimited in fact. It stays there potentially forever, and that's where you want every quote, every theme, every character to stay with, especially in the exam hold. But Martin has standards. He only accepts information that have been encoded properly. So you want something in Martin's room, it has to mean something, has to be used. Passively reading something for the 4th time doesn't even come to the door. To get to me, Martin, you need a technique. You need iris. Part of this comes from the learning pyramid. Edgar Dale mapped this out in 1969, the learning pyramid, and it shows how much information actually gets all the way to Martin, depending on how you learn it. These numbers sting a bit. Sit in a lesson and listen, 5% reaches Martin. Shane's waving you through, Martin's door is shut. Read your notes, 10%. Terry's nodding. Martin, still not interested. Watch your revision video, 20 to 30%. Have a conversation about it, 50%. Martin then opens the door, a little. Practice it yourself, 75%. Martin steps aside. But teach it to someone else is 95%. Shane, Terry and Martin all step aside at once. VIP entrance straight through there. Because when you teach something, you retrieve it, organise it, find the words for it. And that is deep encoding, which is Martin's favourite thing. So the iris technique, 4 steps, 1 word, iris. Each step moves you closer to Martin. The I, input. So anytime you've got some information coming in, that's your input. So the lesson, the video, the revision notes. Shane is happy, Terry's nodding, but Martin's not very convinced. Input alone only lets you get into 5 to 25% of the way to Martin's door. Think of it like buying the ingredients. You can have the world's best food sitting in your fridge, but if you don't cook it, it's not dinner, it's just stuff in a bag. So you've just watched a video about an inspector calls. You feel like you've done something. Shane's pleased, Martin isn't moved. So R is reflect. What does it mean? Give Martin a reason. Close the video, close the notes. Don't reread anything. Just sit there for 2 minutes and think these key questions. 1. What's the most important thing I just learned? What does this connect to that I already know? Was there something surprising? If someone stopped me right now and asked me what the video was about, would I know? Memory works like a coat rack. No hooks, nothing hangs up. Reflection installs the hooks, and hooks are what gets Martin's attention. In an inspector calls, you close the video and you think, Priestley was a socialist. It's 1912. The Burlings are horrible. The inspector might actually be a ghost. Mrs. Burling is spectacularly awful. Martin opens the door. He's interested to find out what's coming next. So that's the reflection. Those key questions will have an impact. The I, implement, do something active. Now make something, a mind map, a mnemonic, a practice question, a flashcard, or the classic blank page that we talked about in the start of the first video. No notes, no phone, write down everything you know, then check what you missed. This is now at the 75% zone. I'm now, Martin, the bouncer, steps aside. So silly example, let's imagine you need to remember the 6 characters in an inspector calls. Mr. Burling, Mrs. Burling, Sheila, Eric, Gerald, and Inspector Gould. So let's make a mnemonic. Big, brave sheep eat green insects. Big, brave sheep eat green insects. Of course they do. Completely ridiculous? Absolutely. Will you remember? Yes. Will Martin hold the door open? Every time. Because Martin loves the silly, the strange, the unexpected. Neat and sensible, gets Terry nodding, and it just stays there. The S, share. Teach it to someone else. Because when you teach it, you get to learn it twice. You're up to 90%. Shane, Terry and Martin, all 3 stepping aside. Find a human being. Explain what you've just learned. Your mum, your dad, your mate, your little brother, who keeps asking if the inspector is a superhero. Even better, because explaining it to someone else, to someone who may be confused, forces you to be even clearer. And clearer means deeper encoding, deeper understanding. And then Martin is delighted. So an inspector calls one last time. You walk into the kitchen and someone says, Priestley wrote this in 1945, but set it in 1912. He wanted people to look back and think, that's what happens when the rich stop caring about anyone else. Your mum looks up. Oh, is that the one with the inspector? You close your eyes briefly. Yes, that is the one with the inspector. Doesn't matter. Shane, Terry and Martin just all steps aside. You're in. So let's put all this together. Input. Take it in. Get past Shane. Give Terry something to hold on to. That's the input. Let's not stop there. The output is the R, the I, the S. Reflect. Stop. Think. Install the hooks. Get Martin's attention. Implement. Make something active. Let Martin open the door. Share. Teach it out loud. And all 3 step aside. 20 to 25 minutes of Iris is worth more than 2 hours of passive rereading that never got further than Terry, so tomorrow you've forgotten something. So how can we put it all together? It means this. If I've got this divided into quarters, I've got a quarter of the time focusing on the input, then 3/4 focusing on the output. That's where memory comes in. So quick question. What were the 3 bouncers called? Don't look back. Just try and remember. Have you got it? Shane lets everybody through. Terry and Martin. You remembered that. 3 random names from a video about memory. Why? Because they're silly. Because they're unexpected. Because Martin loves the ridiculous. Now here's what Shane, Terry and Martin actually stand for. Shane is the sensory register. This is the first stage of Atkinson and Shiffrin's multi-store model of memory. Everything that enters through your senses, your eyes, your ears, your taste buds, your smells, gets there for half a second and then it's gone, unless you pay attention to it. So if you're studying psychology, quick remember about your short-term memory or your short-term sensory store. Terry is short-term memory. He holds everything. He holds about 7 to 10 items for 15 seconds to 2 minutes. Rehearsal actively keeps information here longer, but without proper understanding, it never reaches Martin, because Martin is memory, long-term memory, unlimited capacity, potentially there forever. And this is where you want your exam content to live. And Iris is how you get it there. Silly names, real psychology. And you just prove the whole point of this video by remembering all 3. Next week, we're going to look at how to do the implementing strategies a little bit more so that you've got an idea of how to create those creative learning tools. See you in lesson next.